conversation. It'll pop up and tell us right there. And the camera's there and the microphone is here.
Fantastic. I think you've done fantastic growing in this skill.
Here we are. Oh, here we go. We are live on Facebook. I'm going to go right back here into our other screen, actually, Conrad, because it's a little disconcerting. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Fantastic.
I'm going to, sorry, everyone.
That's okay.
I'm going to pause this for a minute while I close down my Facebook because it's echoing in my ears and it's not a nice sound. And we just really want to keep focused. Here we go. That's better.
Fantastic.
Hey, those of you who haven't popped on before, I'm Roselyn Owen, and I'm with a dear friend tonight live. It's Conrad.
Hello, everyone.
Kangaroo. Conrad has hopped over from Kangaroo Island, as it turns out.
Yep.
And we had planned to do this chat from Kangaroo Island, but he happens to be in Melbourne with me, so we're going to do it live.
Beautiful, cold, wintry, warm, wet Melbourne.
Yes,
it's wonderful.
It sounds like the rare opportunity we get sunshine.
Yes.
Although it is actually spring. So, Conrad.
Yes.
We're going to do a little chat about Christmas.
Yep.
Tell us
about it.
3 fun facts about yourself.
3 fun facts. Well, I was still playing football up until 2 years ago, and I turned 50 this year. And I've got 2 premierships, and I was still winning medals. And my wife thinks I'm very mature, so it worked out okay. So.
Good. And what do you do for a job?
So I have 2 jobs. I'm working as a pastoral care worker, as we call it in South Australia, or a chaplain in other states. And so I'm with one school, but we have 3 campuses on the island. And so that's on the eastern end, the middle of the island, and out the western end. And so I'm across 700 students, about 115 staff, and all the families involved there as well. So I've been doing that for over 8 years. And then this year I've stepped into the role of a Uniting Church minister, overseeing 3 congregations.
Man.
Again, in the same sort of locations, east, the middle, and the west end of the island.
Yeah. You're a busy man.
I am a busy man, and I have 4 children and a beautiful wife. One beautiful wife, yeah.
Just to be clear, one
wife. Yes.
And for this topic, anyway, for this purpose, we've been reminiscing about lots and also talking about what we feel like the Lord's up to. But we're going to try and keep focused and talk about Christmas.
Yeah.
We here in our Show Tell Give, or what people knew as our SALT group, just trying to help parents to get in early to start thinking about Christmas intentionally. Yeah. So let's start off with what do you like about Christmas?
Look, I love the focus of Jesus of Christmas, but the opportunity is using the days leading up to Christmas to celebrate something about the joys of what Christmas is. So you have Advent calendars, and we know that they're full of chocolates and all of that. So we have our own box, and we put different things in those boxes. And sometimes it will be, out of it, we have 3 things. One will be a scripture for the day, so they'll read a scripture or something. It'll be an activity and then a free choice of something. And so it's something that's building us as a family leading into Christmas, where we're reaching into the Christmas story, but actually reaching into having family time.
Yeah.
And so that gives us a month to do that. And one of those things as well is because of Netflix, we can then pick a Christmas movie.
Okay.
So that will be one of the choice things outside of the activity we do and the scripture reading. So for us, I like it because it just, again, gets us together in such a busy time.
Yeah.
As family to get together and go, well, we're celebrating, and it's not about toys, it's about family, it's about life.
Yeah. And we were just talking sort of pre-coming online about how we're feeling like people quickly got back on a treadmill after COVID, and the busyness seems to be ramping up again, and yet we're trying to reach for something like another reset in here. Yeah,
it is. And it's sports, it's training, it's nighttime commitments, it's weekend commitments, and we're just in this busyness of life again. And we're striving for time to breathe. And so I think it's important to have this sacredness of stopping somewhere and just, it doesn't have to be long, but actually being purposeful of it and trying to find room to do that. So that's hard at the moment, but I think it's so needed. Yeah, it is hard, isn't it? Why do you think it's hard? Because I think we're trying to reach for what we used to have, but life is different. It's not what we're used to. And so with that, we're trying to build on the past, and we're going to now build for today and tomorrow. And the truth is, things are going to be different. There is going to be uncertainty, and And part of it is our kids don't have to do every possible thing that every other child's doing. We've got to go, it's okay for us as a family to have family time. For us, for okay not to be doing 4 different activities. Pick one and do that. And I think that's part of it. And same with our lives too. I think we're so busy. We're not doing stuff for us as parents or us as people, or even stuff that's going to rejuvenate us as a family. We're just filling and pursuing and running. And I think that ties in with all these groups that volunteerism has really dropped off. And so then those of us who are volunteering are probably doing more than we should. And so I think that's part of the business is some people are carrying more than they should and need other people to step up. So, yeah.
That's some good insights there.
Yeah.
I like that.
A few thoughts.
Yeah. I wonder whether then, I guess one of the things that we're talking about here is that perhaps focusing on Jesus at Christmas or any time is really counterculture now.
It is counterculture, but it's not because it is about Christmas, but the big man in the red suit and the reindeers is what gets pushed all the time, and the elf. And it doesn't mean we don't do that. It means we've actually got to remind our kids again what Christmas is about. The world wants to celebrate. They want the holiday. Yeah. But let's get to the truth of the holiday, and it is about Jesus. And it doesn't have to be about the Sunday service, which people go, oh, well, we go to church for Christmas Day. It's leading up and reminding again, not just the birth of Jesus, but why did Jesus come? What was God's heart? And the plan that we have this Father heart of God that loves us so much. For God so loved the world that he sent his son. And so we talk about that, and then that God's saying he wants relationship with you. So this was beginning of the plan, and we see the end of it at the cross, but that was, end of chapter 1, and the rest of the story with God wanting to walk with us starts. And so over this Christmas time, it's good just to reflect back, like I said, on those scriptures and the story and encompassing it. And so even Christmas Eve, I do both. We read the Christmas story and go through the whole Christmas story. And we also read it was all for the house, nothing was stirring, not even a mouse. The old Christmas tale of, Saint Nick will come down to the door. And so we read that as well, but the kids know it's only a story and that's only a fairy tale, but they still can relate that with their friends, but they also, but we also talk about the birth of Jesus. And why he was born and how it was a miracle and stuff. So we still have both. We're not saying it's wrong. They still get the enjoyment of those Christmas stories, but they know it's just play. It's just make believe. It's nonsense because we do bring the Christmas story.
So have you always done that with your kids? Sort of talked about the Santa and the other things is just made up. Is that what you got?
Yeah, we have. And they go, oh, and everyone, and it is. It's just a story. And how many times have we read stories and we referred to books? We go, you've read this book. Is it true? No. Is this book true? No, it's no. Like Winnie the Pooh. Is he a story? Yes. Is he real? No. And so as they understand there's many things aren't real, but people have such an affection and love to it, and people do. And like Pokemons, that's kids love that sort of stuff, but we know it's not real. And so we bring that same thing across. People are attached to it because what does he represent? Giving. So so it's generosity. What else? He seems kindness. And so we talk about those values and say, where else do we see these values? Else, where is it shadowed? Where's it portrayed? And we talk about Jesus. We talk about the nature of God that has love and kindness and joy, and the reality that we come to it. And then we show them like the Christmas carols on TV and the Domain and all that, and they're singing these great old-fashioned Christmas carols, Joy to the World, Silent Night, and all these sort of things. Hark the Herald Angels Sing. And we say, see, these are the declaration of Jesus Christ. And even though they're Santa, the truth is they're actually singing the praises of God in these things. And so even in a secular sense, we're showing that they do understand this Jesus. The point is, do we know it here or do we know it here?
And we need both, don't we?
We need both.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Good. And I don't know if you know, but we've been promoting the fact that with a friend, or most of my friends done the writing, but we've written Christmas stories based on the Nativity Bible story, but immersive stories written so a child can really enter into the story for this Christmas. So people who are watching and you haven't let us know you want those resources, they're going to be for free, because we just really want to equip the families to actually read the stories, but read them in a way where your children might actually encounter the living God in the stories. And we've got some questions there at the end for prompts that you might want to ask the kids, or old kids who are old enough might want to do it themselves. So just let us know in the comments if you want them with an email address, because we're going to be emailing them out probably next week. We nearly got them ready to go. We're having one more person to look at them and edit them, and they'll be ready to go.
And it's so important because, you know, we're telling the story, and like coming to Christmas, it's busy. We've got work functions, we've got this, we've got breaking up of school, we've got concerts, and in the midst of all the business, we do need to breathe and again bring this in. And so it may not be a regular thing, but if you could go, let's do something once a week. It's starting somewhere. We do the 24 days because we've built it to it over the years. And so every morning the kids are going to do their teas, pack their lunch, get everything ready for school, and then they get to open up the box.
Oh, that's a good incentive right there.
That's a good incentive.
That's a really good idea.
It's a bit like Bluey in the morning. The new episodes of Bluey come out. The kids want to watch. We go, you're going to get everything done. They get it all done. That's a great incentive, but it's been built to it. And so that's that expectation. So then all day they've got in their mind, we're going to do this and we're going to have this. And so they've got all this stuff expectant that after school. They've got all this, so it gives them a bit of expectation and joy. And to think about it, and sometimes they brag about it to their mates, and the kids are like, "Oh,
that's good.
Wish we could
that's
do
good.
that." And they do, and they love it. So I think what you're reaching is we want the God that loves us in this whole, and we want our kids to engage. I want them to have their faith, not just the faith that me and my wife have. We want them to have it themselves. Because that's what's going to carry them through those hard times.
Absolutely.
He'll be with them when we're not, you know, when they're at school, when they're at play, when they're doing, the hand of God will be upon them, and we want them to know that.
Yeah, that's so good. That's good. Sounds like you got some good traditions there.
It started, it was awkward at first, and we adapted it, you know. And
it's true. Traditions have to change, don't they?
Do.
As your kids change, I've noticed, you have to change your traditions. We started with ice cream night on Friday nights. And then that had to change and it became Tim Tam Friday, and then it became Hot Chip Friday.
And that's just come and see me Friday. I don't know. It all changed, and it was so that original one we had. I think something in an activity to do in lollies. And, and it went from that, and then it was just they're just fighting over chocolates. And well, actually, I think we started with the chocolate calendars, and then we thought we could do better. And so it just changed, and then it took us a little while to figure out some scriptures, but we downloaded them offline and put them in. So it's ready for the next year. Once we've done it, it just gets redone. We just mix up the family activity and maybe some of the choices, where we keep a child's choice or a family's choice of movie or whatever like that. And we mix those things up, but the rest kind of stay the same. So it just gives a bit of play. And so they're all excited about it. So we build into it, but for me, it was just, is it just going to be a holiday, or is it going to be something we have control of how to shape it? And going back on how Christmas was for my family and my wife, it was her mum and dad and the kids, and her mum did all the cooking and did everything, and it was quite a stressful built up day, and so it was just hard sometimes because she was tired. Whereas my family, it was the whole extended uncles and aunts and everyone all did something and all contributed, and we would have 30 people, but everyone's done their part, and it wasn't stressful, and it was just the purpose of us getting together. We always did practical jokes on each other, or there was a water bomb fight or something like that. So as a kid growing up, it was about fun. And
I like that.
They weren't religious. They just thought we're together and we're going to define it as fun. And so my uncle would, I remember one year, there's my grandfather on the roof with a hose squirting kids. My uncle came flying around the backyard in his ute with a fire hose on the back, trying to squirt us, and we're shooting water pistols. And it was chaos. And it was crazy, but it was just that I looked and I thought, Christmas can be what you choose to make it to be. And when we run the food inside so it wouldn't get wet, and and all us boys would just be kids. But, it was just, I looked at that and I thought, when we have kids, what are our traditions going to be? So we've had to keep forming it, but it's something we want it to be fun and lively. And that was what we've worked towards. Because Christmas Day, we could be with us or we could be with one of our other families. So we've then gone, what can we do for that day for us? And not all the families have a faith. So we wanted to get that part solidified before we go and celebrate a day where the families don't talk about Jesus.
All the more reason, hey?
All the more reason.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like you have a whole lot of fun at Christmas.
We do have a lot of fun.
Normally some of our questions I'd ask is some of your funniest Christmases, but I think you've just told me.
That's probably the funniest one, and it was great. I think another one was I brought a book back when I was doing a lot of traveling, and it was a place, I think it was called Mulvania. It doesn't exist, but I brought this book back, and when you read through the book, it had like two-legged cows and all this sort of ridiculous stuff in it. And I put it out and said, I'm going to visit it. My uncle's reading it, and he's going, this place is crazy. Is this really real? Like, they have four-legged chickens. I suppose it'd be nice for drumstick, but the cows don't move. How do the cows move, And he just thought I was absolutely crazy. And everyone else realised it wasn't real, but he didn't. So the joke went on all day until then when I said it doesn't really exist. Then he chased me around with a bucket of water.
Sounds like Christmas was a heck of a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. And it was purposeful.
Well, I also liked, I hope anybody who's watching on the replay takes the encouragement that, you may not get it right the first time when you set up these traditions with your family, if you're introducing things, and you keep reinventing them and you keep going.
And you keep changing,
and you keep building.
And you find something that works, and then as the kids get older, things will change.
Yeah, they do.
And so we just got to do that. But I'm hoping, like my childhood, when I said Irish back, when I remember the fun times and what the family built, that I'm instilling into my kids. As they get older, they'll go back and go, what's Christmas going to be for me? And what's it going to be about? Is it just one day, or is it going to be leading up about something I can do with the people in my world? And if they start building their own traditions with their mates when they're at uni or wherever they go, or however it is, I'd be happy for that, because I'm trying to help teach them that let's celebrate Jesus, but let's have the whole month focused rather than a day.
I love that.
Yes.
Isn't he a champion?
Trying to be. But it's just, and in the Christian world, this is we get the most rights and privilege over Christmas and Easter.
Yes.
To talk about our loving God.
Absolutely.
And to live and express with him. And we get permission in a way. People aren't offended because they go, well, it's Christmas. Or
that's right.
It's Easter. And Hot Cross Buns has crosses on it. Like it's plastered everywhere. And like I said, the traditions that you see through every suburb, there's carol singing. And people love it. And we see it. And the viewers on TV, we all love watching it. And the parades and all that. But there's so much Christian expression in all of that. That we really need, that we've got permission that we can ride the back of it. And so it's a good time that our kids can express that.
Absolutely.
And kids don't get offended. They just now get to learn another side of what it's about.
I think you're right. I think it's also what other people would call is when you get a spiritual window open up in the hearts and minds of your children, your neighbours, and you've got to grab those windows and realise it's an opportunity to sow a seed, a thought, kindness, or however you do it, but represent the gospel message, the good news of Jesus. It's a great opportunity.
As best we can. And
that's right. Imperfectly as we can, doesn't matter.
And try and enjoy
Have a go.
And it's not about big and splendid. It's just let's just do it in our capacity, but just do it with love.
Exactly. Well, we're going to sign off because we promised to keep these short. We could keep talking, but we won't do that. But just a little reminder, if you do want the free resources that we're doing, one is a 5-series story, and the other one is 5 different hands-on activities, again, based around prompts that you can have with your kids. I think we've put a trivia in there. We've put a greeting decoration so you could actually hang it on the tree or give it to a neighbour, and different things like that, so that they're not just an activity, but something for you to use as a springboard to have faith conversations and prayers with your kids. That'll be really powerful over this season. But we're just doing it by email, so we need an email address. Stick it in the comments or somewhere, or I might send you a link so that you can get that, and they'll probably be coming out next week.
I'm looking forward to it.
Because then you're on the email list.
I am on the email list, but I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
It'll be good. All right. Bless you guys.
Thank you.
See you. Bye.
Bye.